We find ourselves now at Erev Yom Kippur, and this is the 19th 752 square, and we're approaching the completion, the termination, I don't know if the word termination, the completion, yeah, of this project, the conclusion. And this project started in Hanukkah time of 2019, and it had documented a portion of time, 20 squares of time. Each square had numbers which I faithfully transcribed as I received them, and I don't know the meaning of all of them, but as we approach the end of this, now we're starting square number 19 now, and there are 20 squares, which means 35 days from now we'll complete this square, and then another 35 days, so 70 days from now, approximately. Now it could be more because of the discrepancy of the years. I need to state the intention of the purpose of this, of all this work, and it is to understand a few things. The first thing is the truth in general. It's just about finding the truth in a mathematical way, finding the truth through numbers. This truth, in turn, will catalyze the steps necessary to be taken to do everything that we can do to bring forth the ultimate redemption. Geula Shlema in Hebrew has a numerical value in regular Hebrew gematria of 430. And in fact, the word misparim in Hebrew regular gematria has a numerical value of 430. This puts a connection to the ultimate redemption, and the work is being done through numbers. That is the idea of it. And as I approach the end, I need to state the intentions. Number one is to find the truth. Number two is to understand what is known as the Sod HaIbur, the secret of the intercalations. Now, when people ask me what I'm doing, I tell them it has to do with the Sod HaIbur, the secret of how to intercalate the months of a year to give a leap year. What years are leap years and what years are not leap years, and the secret of that, how it ties into history, the place we're going as a race, as a humanity, and into Geula, the ultimate redemption with the coming of the Messiah, the son of David, Mashiach ben David, in a real way, a way that everyone will see, understand, believe, but not just believe, but can see mathematically. That's really the point of it. And another intention is to understand whether or not Mercury actually exists. Is it a planet? Is it not a planet? I found that more people than not seem to believe in this flat Earth idea. Regular people you would never think believe in it. How does Mercury tie into flat Earth? Do planets exist? When someone talks about a satellite going into outer space, is that real? Is that not real? How can you know? That's what this is all about. But not only that, many, many more things. World history, world events, all tie in to these things. And anyway, without further ado, now, a part of this secret of the intercalations is to the secret of intercalations is that 3 years ago when this was done, it was called a short year, Shana Mukdemet, short year, in which Passover is very early. That's a year before a leap year. So that gave us today. There was because of the leap year this year, It's a special leap year. Those who know what I'm referring to as special leap year, 2016 was also a special leap year. It's a leap year that's added in. It's not exactly like a regular leap year. It's a special leap year. At any rate, I want to keep this within time. So what I'm saying is that because of leap year this year, it gave us an extra amount of time on the solar. Now we're in October, but we have, in terms of the lunar, in other words, 9th of Tishrei this year is much later, and I pushed it off to its latest date in order to give it the most time to fill out when this thing will be completed. So it does seem like 2025 would be a major year of completion for this, for a few reasons, and I'll just quote one that was said by Ephraim Palvanov, I think that's how you pronounce it, recently, about the only parsha that it says the amount of words of the parsha. Usually it says the amount of verses, but there's one parsha in the Torah that says the amount of words, which is Parshas Miketz, means the end. And it says there are 25 words, 2,025 words. Now that's next year. I don't know, I'm not predicting, but I'm just saying it's interesting that the only parsha in the Torah that says the amount of words, 2025, is Miketz, which means the end. And so I proceed with that thought. Today is the 9th of Tishrei, which is the 11th of October. Now, back in 2021, when this was first made, the 9th of Tishrei was Wednesday, September 15th. Now so we have a couple of weeks ahead. It's almost a month, believe it or not. We have a few days short of a month because of a leap year. So I'll read the 1972 square represents the time passage back then in 2021 when it was made, which was again, like I said, a spring year, a short year, Shana Mukdemet, or an early year. That is my terminology for a year immediately preceding a leap year. This is the 19th square, and now it's being recapitulated 3 years later, and this will be the completion of it. This is it. This spanned from 2019 up until, so it's basically a 6-year, which brings to mind 6 years. Well, it's going to complete in 5 years, really. So it's 5 years, and then it'll probably go into the 6th year. But 6 years, one will work, and the 7th they'll go free, which is the Shemitah, which also has to do with that. These are the numbers of the 19th square. The 19th 752 square represents the time passage of Thursday, September 16th, 2021 through Wednesday, October 20th of 2021. 3 years after the 2 years exactly after the supposed, 3 years. 3 years after the supposed launch of the Bepi-Colombo satellite, which its journey was ultimately to Mercury. See, that's how Mercury ties in again. Okay? Yom Hamishi, the 10th of Tishrei, which is Yom Kippur, which will be tomorrow. Now, back in 2021, Yom Kippur was on Thursday. And Yom Revi'i, 14th of Cheshvan. Okay? So, within the Gregorian, we're well within the time, October 11th, but within the Hebrew, we're just at the very end of it. Okay? These are the numbers. 000, of course, because that was Yom Kippur, which was the Thursday. The Friday was 377, and Monday was 162, and then the Friday, it skips Saturday, Sunday. It skips Shabbos and Yom Rishon because they're 5. It's a 5 by 5 grid, okay? These are the numbers. 000, 377, 162, 000, 000, 368, 366, 403, 000, 000, 120, 661, 556, 564, 124, 463, 367, 596, 206, 421, 596, 581, 398, 208, and finally 185. These 25 numbers represent the 35-day period that occurred between the 10th of Tishrei and the 14th of Cheshvan in 5781/82. 5782, and they correspond to now in that time of 5785, which you are in right now, 3 years later. And at that time, it was Thursday, September 16th. That was when Yom Kippur was in 2021, and that went until October 20th. And so this completes the 19th square. The 19th square, and then the 20th square, and then that's it. Then there's no more squares. Wishing everyone a Gemar Chasima Tova, be sealed and inscribed for good. May we see amazing things this year with God's help. Things we've never seen before, unprecedented, revealed good, and have a easy and meaningful past.